looks historic, but you won't find a stuffy museum here. We keep our history right next to our nice cold refreshments. Take a look through the glass, right into the past. Old Jerry here is sure you'll find a souvenir or two in there that will grant access to some of our fine lobby amusements. Hello, treasured guests. By default, your general admission ticket to the Decameron doesn't include access to our Gilded Spoke VIP lounge. But if you can find something that proves you have what it takes to be a proper helmsman, we may be willing to make an exception. Testing. Is this thing still on? Sorry. To the owner of the white station wagon, your lights are still on. I repeat, your lights are still on. Privileged guests, we are about to begin. Please finish your drinks, take stock of your interdimensional bits and bobs, and conclude all use of the facilities. Without further ado, may we present your show.
Hello and welcome to my backyard. Well, we're real close together. How are you? It's fabulous to see you all. Look at all of those bright and shining, beautiful masks. Oh, my name is Haylee. Now tell me, I know you've been here before, and it appears that you have been here before too, right? Has anybody else been right here in this backyard before? No, you got in this time. You made it! Yay! All right, good. Okay, let's gather around the campfire. I like to start with a little story. This one is called the Decameron. Have you heard of it? No? Well then, listen closely. This is an abbreviated version because if I gave you the full Decameron, we would be here all day, all night. Our headsets would die and it would be just terrible timing. So I'll give you an abbreviated version. It goes a little like this. Once upon a time, many moons ago, there was a group of young and gorgeous sprites sitting around a campfire telling each other stories while they waited out the bubonic plague. The end. What do you think? Oh, you liked it. Do you think that there's like a little sprinkle of truth to that? You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, I have another story for you guys, and this one starts with a truth. Ooh, look at me spilling these truths. I'm actually standing in the middle of my living room right now. Is anybody else at home? You all are? You're at home too, little one? Oh, okay. Now, I would say if you hear any meowing, that's my cat. Her name is Foxy, but because we're still kind of like morning here in Los Angeles, where I'm currently located, it's now post-breakfast nap time for my cat, so we will not be disrupted. Thank goodness. Does anybody else have a cat that has inserted themselves into your daily work life? Nobody? Kinda, sort of? Wait, do you have a well-behaved cat? Oh, you have a well-behaved cat that actually exists? Lucky you. Oh, anyway. Ooh, I have another truth for you. You there, Shorty. Did you put truth serum in my coffee this morning? I have a suspicion. You didn't? Is that a truth or a lie? You don't know. Oh dear. Can you be trusted? I guess we'll find out. We will find out. Now, I have another truth for you, and this one isn't as fun as cats and staying at home. This one is a little heavier. I am a professional actor, and unfortunately, like most of my colleagues, my work has just vanished into thin air. My feet have not touched a real stage in over a year. And that's starting to land kind of heavy, I know. Thank you for crying tears for me. Oh. Anyway, to help keep myself entertained at home so I don't crawl my walls and ceiling, I started working on The Tempest by William Shakespeare. And I'm finally at the point where I'm ready to get this experiment of a play, this thing off of the page and into the world. And this is where I ask you all for a little bit of help. Would you be willing to join me in some rehearsing? Oh, you would? Okay, great. Well then, let's set the stage. Let's pretend my balcony is a stage. Actually, it's not any stage. That balcony is the Globe in London, an open-air stadium filled with multi-level seats. And you know, us poor little groundlings would scrounge up a penny to stand right here in the pit or the yard of the Globe. Meanwhile, the noblemen would pay top dollar to sit right on the stage. Now, The Tempest is a very particular show, and it opens in a very, very dramatic way. Now tell me, my darling little shorty pants. Oh, you are so very cute. Have you heard of anything more dramatic than this? Tell me. The actors are sailors, and they're on a boat. They're in the middle of an ocean, in the middle of a storm. Now, this storm is not caused by natural occurrences in the atmosphere. This storm is caused by a mythic being by the name of Ariel. Now tell me, have you heard of anything more dramatic than that? Exactly. So you do have some truth in you. Oh, you little sneaky sneaker. All right, well then we are going to start with this opening scene. Now, who would like to be on my special effects team? All right, Krabby is down. Peter is down. Anybody else? Oh, and Little Onion. All right, you three follow me. Onion. Krabby. Peter. There you are. Now, these three are going to be our special effects team, which means that you three are going to be our brave actors, our sailors at sea. And, well, you might not be so brave in this moment because you're losing your mind and you're freaking out because you think you're about to drown and your boat is about to capsize. And so, we need to see some panic and some fear and maybe just a little anxiety. Yeah, good. You're already getting into character. I love that. Oh my goodness, you guys are going to be fabulous. I'm going to send you up to the stage, and when I say action, I need you to start losing your minds and flailing about frantically, okay? Up to the stage you go. Special effects team, lights are off. Good. And when I say lights on, you start flicking your lights on and off to create the effect of lightning, all right? Okay, lights on standby. Actors, find your opening pose. The curtains open. A tempestuous noise of thunder and lightning is heard. Lights on and action! Hi, my hearts, cheerily, cheerily, my hearts, yar, yar. Take down the topsail, tend to the master's whistle, blow till thy burst thy wind, if room enough, good! And, oh, you guys are doing really, really well. Aren't they amazing? They're doing so well. And take down the topmast and bring her to try with main course. Now steer the ship back onto main course, good! And now everybody come to the railing. A big wave comes up. It crashes over. You fall off the boat, and now you swim to shore. Swim to shore. Bravo. 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 1, 2, 6. Ah! Actors, give your special effects team a round of snaps. Did they not create the most magical atmosphere for you all? And those special effects teams, were you watching those actors? Were they not incredible? Give them a round of snaps. All right. Now, there was something so magical about the theater. I mean, we just turned my balcony into an ocean. How cool is that? Now, this is where we really enter into this show. We have an opening ritual, and you are going to unleash a little bit of the magic that is held within your mask. Now, I'm going to give each one of you a little stick. Take one and pass it along until we all have a little twig, and we will commence our opening ritual. Take one, pass it along. Take one, pass it along. Good. Until everybody has a little twiggy. Oh, Onion, do you need one? Here you go, darling. Good. Now, let's all remove our mask. Grip the mask to remove it. There we are. Let's let go of the piece of wood and it will hover in the mask. All on its own. You can let go. There we go. And snap once above it to ignite it. And circle the perimeter of your mask in a counterclockwise direction. Keep circling. Keep circling. Put the wild waters in its roar. Oh, yes. You see that vessel there? You have performed to the point that the Tempest I bade thee. Oh, by accident, most strange, bountiful fortune, hath mine enemies been brought to this shore. Now all of you go make thyself like a nymph of the sea, be subject to no one's sight but thine or mine. Make it to every eye that see. Now go take this form. Let's summon our Ariel. Throw your hands to the sky and yell at the top of your lungs so your neighbors are disrupted. Ariel, approach! We come! Now in the waist, on the deck, in every cabin, I flamed against it. The fire and cracks, the sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed besieged and made his bold waves tremble. Yea, his dread trident shake. Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad and played tricks of desperation. All the mariners plunging into the foaming brine and quit the vessel. And Ferdinand, the king's son, was the first man who leaped and cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here." What about that actual play? What about that actual story? You know what I mean? No, you don't know what I mean? Well, you will find out. You do know what I mean? Okay. There's some indecision going on. That's fine. Just keep rolling with it, right? Excellent. So, as you can see, I have changed outfits, and I am now in my Prospera costume. Oh, you like it? Oh, thanks, Crob. High five, man. Or gal. I have no idea. You just look like a crob in a little black skirt thing to me. Now, we are here in Prospera's cell. Pretty neat, huh? And we can tell by the way the bricks are laid that Prospera is somebody that has gone from riches to rags. And we can tell that by, you know, this kind of not so fancy looking cell, but then it's adorned with little knickknacks that look very luscious and rich and expensive, so you can tell that she's trying to approximate the luxuries she once had. Now, this isn't any old cell. This is in fact my memory palace, which means every little knickknack contains a memento, a memory, or text of Prospera. Now, I want to let you roam free for about 30 seconds. You can go upstairs, you can go down to the cellar, and find a little knickknack that speaks to you, and go! 30 seconds. That book is a great choice, by the way. You know who gave me that book? Gonzalo did furnish me mine own library, volumes I prized above my own dukedom. You would prize that book above your own dukedom too, wouldn't you? Look how fancy it is, my goodness. All right, and everybody back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait. Okay, we have a letter. We have an apple. We have a sword. Okay, let's start with the apple. The little piece of fruit of knowledge. Hold it up to the sky. It is true. With the help from the kingdom of Naples, my brother Antonio did usurp me and set me to sea with my daughter Miranda. And now you can take a little nibble of it. Yes, each of these little items will show us how Prospera, the former Duke of Milan, came to be in exile. That's right. Now, the power of a signature. Peter, hold up that quill and paper. A contract. Yikes. Now, my brother Antonio made an alliance so dry he was persuaded by the King of Naples to give him annual tribute and do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown, and the dukedom bend, the dukedom yet unbowed. Alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping. And we've already done the book, which we know is from Gonzalo, and the ducat, raise that to the heavens. The dukedom of Milan was mine by right, but through foul play we came from thence that my brother and my uncle called Antonio did claim the dukedom of their own. I mark me, pray thee, that a brother should be so perfidious that he whom next to thyself of all the world I loved. Alright, so we're starting to learn that my brother is a bit of a... insert a bad word that you know, okay? Alright. And also, the King of Naples, a.k.a. King Alonso, is also a beep. All right? Now, raise that sword to the heavens. With the honors on my brother, where in the dead of darkness an army hurried thence. So basically, my brother opened the gates to Milan to help boot me out. Isn't Aunt Antonio such a sweetie pie? No, he's not. I know, you don't take... Yeah. Antonio, we don't like him very much. That's my bro. All right. Shorty Pants, I'm going to give you these honors. Hold this, please. There we go. And take a little gander inside and tell me if your magic is working. It is? Okay. Everybody, gather round over the pool here. Peter, grab my magical staff, darling. And now, I need you to start pouring the contents of that bottle into the pool. Peter, I need you to start stirring the memories in this pond. Stir them around and stir them around. My people provided my escape aboard a rotten carcass of a boat. Not rigged, nor tackled, sail, nor mast, the very rats instinctively couldn't. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity sighing back again did us a living wrong. And there I am with my darling daughter Miranda. Do you see us there so snuggled together so sweetly? Oh, Miranda, I have done nothing but in care of thee. Thee, my loved one. Thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, that I, Prospera, a master of a full poor cell, and thine a great mother. Now you there, Shorty Pants, with those amazing magical skills, That truth serum really is kicking in, and I am about to spill one more truth. Oh, the sound of this water has totally triggered my bladder because that cup of coffee was really, really big, and now I really, really have to pee. Nature is calling. We need to take a 10-second break. Let's go back to my backyard. Help yourself to some marshmallows. I will be right back. All right. Now that I feel better, how are you guys doing? How are those snacks? Pretty good? Is that one for me? Or have you already had a marshmallow? You haven't? Oh, you have. All right. Thank you. Oh, that is just toasted to perfection. Look at that beauty. Oh, delicious. Absolutely delicious. You agree? Okay. Now that we have our bellies full of sugar, I have a little question for you all. What is sweeter than a toasty, gooey marshmallow? Do you want to give it a guess there? I dare you to just guess. You don't know what's sweeter than a toasty, gooey marshmallow. The chair is, that is such a good answer, but that's not quite the answer that I'm looking for. No. Me and you. Me? I'm sweeter than a No. Now you're just being silly. I'm not sweeter than a toasty, gooey marshmallow. I'm Prospera. She's kind of manipulative. But you know what is sweeter than a toasty, gooey marshmallow? Love is sweeter than a toasty, gooey marshmallow. Oh, you're just stabbing your heart. That's how in love you are. Your heart is just bleeding out of your chest. There we go. That's the fake blood that we're looking for, right? Good. All right. Now. Oh, don't worry. It's not going to splatter you. You have an umbrella on, remember? Yes. You actually don't have an umbrella. I don't know where that came from, but you are safe. Don't worry. Now, we are going to go explore the love scene of the Tempest. Here we go. I totally tricked you. You thought you were about to go see the love scene of the Tempest, which is like a half-truth, but we're actually here to see a scene about Prospera and her manipulative ways. Yes, we are. Now, who here has been to this island before? Do you feel the urge to go explore? All right, 30 seconds, go explore. Get it out of your system. Go, go, go. Huh. You and I again, I see, Peter. I guess you've explored every nook and cranny of this island, haven't you? All right, let's see, I wonder. All right. Does that seem like 30 seconds to you? All right, cover your ears, because I'm going to start yelling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody back. All right, all right, all right, all right. So, what you think of this island? Pretty neat, huh? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're missing somebody, but you know what? They'll eventually find their way back. So, I told you that we were exploring a love scene, but then I tricked you and I told you we were going to discover a scene about Prospera. But it all goes hand in hand, so listen closely because this is where it gets real crazy. This is where it gets a little confusing. Because it's not a Shakespeare play without a little bit of confusion and some sort of warped, weird situation around love. Or revenge. Right? That seems about right, yeah. So, we are going to see Miranda, my daughter, who we remember, because we remember Miranda and she was sleeping beside me so peacefully in that boat just a moment ago. So Miranda is going to fall in love with Ferdinand. And we remember Ferdinand as the first man who leaped off that flaming ship and cried, "Hell is empty!" Sebastian, oh, the devils are here. That was Ferdinand, remember that? Okay, so Ferdinand, this is where it's going to get real confusing, so listen closely. Ferdinand is King Alonso's son. King Alonso is that king of Naples that did us dirty. So we don't like King Alonso, but we love Ferdinand because if Miranda marries Ferdinand, he is our ticket back to Italy, and all of our suffering here on this island, exiled, will be undone. How does that sound? Love and manipulation. Nothing better than that little combo platter. So, we are going to act out this scene. Oh, and there's one more thing I should tell you. I have a mantra for Prospera. And Prospera's mantra is this: those who control the narrative controls others. Do you want to hear that one more time? Okay. Those who control the narrative controls others. So we're going to see this mantra in play in this scene. Okay. Now, let's do 2 full casts. How does that sound? Great. Now, we are going to cast the role of Ferdinand first, so I need to see everybody's prince poses. Oh, well done. Okay, little onion, you are our Ferdinand. Good. And, little shorty pants, you are our other Ferdinand. And now, Ferdinand, you get to choose who you're going to fall in love with. Everybody, give me your cute Miranda poses. Miranda poses. Miranda poses. Adorable, sweet, endearing. So who are you going to fall in love with, Onion Ferdinand? Ooh, swirly, twirly Miranda. All right. All right, maybe shake hands, high fives, get to know each other. And now, shorty pants Ferdinand. Everybody, give us your Miranda poses. Who are you going to fall in love with? Ooh, you're going to fall in love with Peter Miranda. All right. Fabulous, fabulous. And that leaves the 2 of you. Oh, and the honor is all mine to hand down the role of Prospera to you and to you. Now, we are going to divide these casts up. Oh, you there. You are going to be with this cast, with the Onion and the swirly twirly Miranda. So maybe shake hands, get to know each other, and then you there, Krabby, you are going to be with Chevron, Ferdinand, oh dear, and the other swirly twirly Miranda. So say hello, you're like, hey daughter, and you're like, hey mom. And then Ferdinand, you're like, sup dudes, how's it going? Good. And now, let's get this scene rolling. So we're doing a double cast, which is actually quite true to most theater pieces. Did you know that? Yeah, most things have 2 casts, yeah. This is so that we can have like a very, very long run, or if somebody gets injured, we can like help each other out, right? So, Miranda, my Mirandas, you are hiding behind this tree, and you're spying upon your Ferdinands. Ferdinands, you are center stage, and Prosperas. You are hiding behind this tree over here. And you are spying on the young couple in hopes that your manipulative plan of the 2 of them falling in love works, all right? Okay. Oh, are you going to hide behind that tree? That's a great choice. I love a good artistic choice. Okay, so the curtains are closed. Ferdinand, find an opening pose. Gorgeous. The curtains open. Miranda peeks at Ferdinand from behind the tree, and she says, oh, what is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. I might call him a thing divine, if nothing natural I ever saw. So noble. And then she creeps out from behind the tree. Ferdinand looks at Miranda, is overcome by her beauty, and he says, oh, dudes, the goddess on whom the heirs attend. Oh, you wonder if you be a maid or no. Miranda, you inch a little closer and you say, "Oh, no wonder, sir, but certainly a maid." Ferdinand, you respond, "Dudes, heavens, my language, myself am Naples, whom with my eyes not since ebbed, beheld the king my father wrecked." All right, Miranda, go console poor Ferdinand. Ferdinand, way to keep it slick, crying on your first date. We love a tender gentleman. Now, Prospera has been spying on this couple the whole time, and you're like, ooh, goody, they're falling in love, but at the same time, you're like, oh dear, my mama bear instincts are kicking in. There's the man flirting with my daughter, and, instinctually, I am just feeling a little protective right now, and you come out from behind your tree, you point your magical staff at Ferdinand, and you say, "A word, good sir, for I fear you have done yourself some wrong, a word." And then, this is where Prospera starts accusing Ferdinand of coming to her island to kick her off. So this is the moment where Prospera is manipulating the situation. And then, Miranda, you go in between the two of them because they're fighting now. And Miranda's like, "Mom, please stop it. Chill out, Mom. Nothing ill can dwell in such a fine temple." And then, here you go. Ferdinand, you are going to respond in the only way you know how. Let me grab you a sword, Ferdinand, real quick. Okay, Ferdinand, here you are. A sword for you. And now, Ferdinand, you're like this to Prospera. "Dudes, it is sword time." And Miranda's like, "OMG, ah!" And then Prospera says, "Draw thy weapon, traitor, for I shall disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop." And now you guys fight. And Prospera uses her magic, and the sword becomes too heavy for your masses, and she wins the battle. So Prospera throws her hands to the sky, gives a little cackle. "Ha ha ha ha! Thy nerves are in their infancy and have no vigor in them." Good. So, Prospera, this means that Ferdinand is now in your employ. This means that you can tell Ferdinand to do whatever you want him to do, and right now you're going to say, "Ferdinand, tidy up my backyard. Go stack some wood." And now, Prospera's, you go back to hiding behind your tree. "Ferdinand, go tidy up this yard." As Ferdinand is tidying up the yard, Miranda, it is your job to distract him. So you go tap Ferdinand on the shoulder. And you say this, "Yoo-hoo, oh Ferdinand." And Ferdinand stops in his tracks and looks at Miranda and says, "Yes." Ferdinand stops in his tracks and looks at Miranda. "Look at your Miranda, Ferdinand." There we go. And Miranda says, "Oh, Ferdinand, would you like to be my husband?" And then Ferdinand says, "Yeah." And then Miranda says, "Oh, Ferdinand, does that make me your wife?" And Ferdinand says, "Yes." And then Miranda says, "Does that mean we're engaged?" And Ferdinand is like, "Totally, dudes!" So congratulations to the young couple. You are engaged, and congratulations to Prospera. Your sneaky little plan worked. Now, let's go check out the other side of the island. Follow me. Meanwhile, on the other side of the island, the dukes and the lords have escaped the Tempest, and they are wandering the desolate land. King Alonso is there, and he is mourning like a little baby because he thinks his son, Ferdinand, has perished. Also there is my evil brother, Antonio. Now, who here would like to be King Alonso? Anybody? Anybody? All right, you are going to be King Alonso. Anybody want to be Antonio? Nobody wants to be my evil brother Antonio? Oh, you do? All right. Oh, and you can be Duke number 3. There we go. Anybody else want Duke Poofies? No? Oh, you do too? Okay, yes, of course. They're very fun. All right, everybody. Onward ho! Go find sustenance. You have just been in a shipwreck and you're tired, you're hungry, you're cold, and you're wet.
You are men of sin, and on this island, lingering perdition, worse than a death can be at once, shall step by step attend to you and your ways, whose wrath to guard you from, which here, on this most desolate isle, else falls upon your heads, nothing but heart sorrow. For it is my business that you from Milan did supplant good Prospero. Hey guys, it's just me, Haylee. I just had to test out this costume. What do you think? You love it? Oh, Un loves it. I love it too. Thanks. Enthusiasm. I have to say, on the DL, don't tell anybody this, I think this costume is way more fun than Prosperous. You all agree? Totally. But from the words of Prospera, I have to say bravely the figure of this harpy hath thou performed mine illegal. Abase it did so devouring, and I leave my enemies all knit up in their distractions, and they are in my power. And I leave them in these fits while I visit Ferdinand, whom they leave as drowned, and his and mine loved darling Miranda. Now, let's get out of this crumb weather and go have a wed celebration, shall we? Nobody's down for a wedding. Onion's down for a wed. All right, here we go. And Peter's down for a wedding, as always.
All is well that ends well. You know, those dukes and those lords, I think, peed themselves out of fright because that harpy was super duper scary. Now let me get these poofies off of you, because y'all look like little puppies that just came home from the vet. There we go. Oh, that's better. All right. Now, where were we? You there. Shorty Pants, you were our Ferdinand, weren't you? Okay. Let me get your little Ferdinand hat on. And you there. Oh no. You were our Prospera, weren't you? Let me get you. Oh dear. Where did that staff go? Can you see it? There we go. Good, so we have a Prospera, we have a Miranda, and we have a Ferdinand, and we are about to witness a wedding. But there's something you must know. Prospera, you there, have a little trick hidden up your sleeve, a little je ne sais quoi, a little vanity of your arts, if you will. And Prospera is going to get the island spirits, that's you, and you, to dress up as goddesses to bless the young couple. So are you ready to become a goddess to bless this young couple? All right, they're all down. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Now, come over this way. Now, Prospera, are you willing to be our officiant? All right, let me get you all jazzed up. There we go. Now you look like an officiant. Gorgeous. Now, Prospera, come and stand under this arch. Right over here. Good. And now, who would like to be our goddess Iris that walks our beautiful Miranda down the aisle? Iris is a messenger. She's a rainbow messenger. Good, you are going to be our Iris. Let me get a little hat on you. Good. So Iris, when I start singing, you are going to waltz Miranda right down this aisle towards Prospera. You ready? Miranda, are you ready? All right, 5, 6, 7, 8, you nymphs called naiads of the wind, ring brooks with your sedged crowns and your ever harmless looks. Leave your crisp channels and on this green land answer our summons. Juno does command. Come, tempered nymphs, it's time to celebrate. A contract of true love can never be too late. And now, Iris, you strike a pose. And she receives her goddess mask. Oh, goody! And now, who would like to be Juno, our goddess of family and marriage, to waltz our handsome young Prince Ferdinand down the aisle? Krabby, all right, your hand just shot up there like a bolt of lightning. All right, let me get your hat on. And when I start singing, waltz this handsome young prince down the aisle. 5, 6, 7, 8. Honor, riches, marriage, blessings, long continuance, increasing hourly joy, still be upon you. Juno sings her blessings upon you. Good, and now Juno, you strike a pose. Juno receives her goddess mask. And now the two of us. Are you ready? You are going to be our ring bearer. You are going to be our Ceres, our goddess of fertility and agriculture. So, you're going to dance yourself towards the young couple. You're going to, do you know how to make an onion? You're going to make an onion. And then, Ferdinand, you take one bite out of the onion. You hand the onion over to Miranda. Miranda finishes eating the onion, and by the two of you eating the same onion is the equivalent of exchanging rings. Are you ready, Ceres? 5, 6, 7, 8. Earths increase, boys in plenty, barns and garners, never empty vines, and clustering bunches, growing plants so goodly, birthing, bowing, spring come to you. At the farthest in the very end of harvest, scarcity and want shall shun you. Sarah's blessing is so on you. And now you give the onion to Ferdinand. Ferdinand, you take one bite out of that onion, teleport yourself across, and now you give Miranda the other piece of onion. She finishes it. Oh my goodness, and goody goody, rings have been exchanged, and let me just polish that mask for you real quick. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Prospera, are you ready? I'll be your voice, you be my actions, okay? We're all here to witness this. Miranda, do you take Ferdinand to be your spirit? Oh my goodness, she said yes. And Ferdinand, do you take Miranda to be your spirit? Oh, he does! Oh, well done. And with this blessing we have returned. Oh, and all has been made right through marriage. You know, Prospera gives up her magic to return to Milan, and sadly, so too I must leave you. Now I have to say before we go, thank you so much for being here. I exist solely because of you. If you are not here, I have nobody to perform for, so thank you very much. Now, should we have one last little ritual before we must part from this illusion? Here we go. Our revels now are ended. Those are actors. We're all spirits and have melted into air. Into thin air. Like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, and the great globe itself, all which it inherit shall dissolve. Like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a wreck behind. For we are such stuff as dreams are made of. And in this little life, we are wrapped in a sleep. Now, let's have a little dance party before we must part from this illusion. Ooh! Good. And I think it's time for our goddess trio to break it down. Go, goddesses. All right. And now it's time for our Ferdinand and Miranda to break it down. Oh, it's the couple's first dance. How sweet is that? And now, Team Prospera, break it down, girl. Oh, good. Bravo, bravo. Give yourself a round of snaps. Take a bow. You audience and spirits that have been in my charge, I free you to the elements, and fare thou well.
issue calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious that shall catch.